The 5th edition of the Week of Italian Cuisine in the World will be held here in South Africa between the 23rd and 28th of November 2020. I'm Neil Andrews and I'm here at the Ambassador of Italy's residence in Pretoria, who along with 12 authentic Italian restaurants in South Africa are proud to present a culinary journey through unique Italian taste and wine. The Week of Italian Cuisine in the World is an annual event aimed at promoting Italian culinary food and wine traditions, the distinctive signs of the Italian brand in the wake of the great themes and values that distinguish it: quality, culture, education, biodiversity, Mediterranean diet. The fundamental purpose of the Week of Italian Cuisine in the World is to emphasize and promote the quality of Italian cuisine and products belonging to the Bel Paese, and the style of balanced, healthy and sustainable life that it promotes, and which can be within everyone's reach. Discover the restaurants and wines of the extraordinary Italian taste.
My name is Gianni Mariano, and I am the co-founder of Mastrantonio, which is a food company in South Africa with very strong ties to Italy. And at the moment we're sitting in our brand new deli, which is going to open in about a week. And just now we'll see you at our restaurant. And Mastrantonio was established in 1996. And it was Paolo Scala and I, two friends from childhood in South Africa. And we started a company that we wanted to represent the art of good eating. Since then, it's become the art of good living, but we're still going. It's 24 years now, and it's named after my granddad and my dad. And so our granddads, both Paolo's and mine, were very strong influences on us when we put this together. Paolo actually is an engineer by profession. I instead have got also, I've got a PhD in commerce, and but in the meantime, we're having a fantastic time, and I double up as a chef. So in 1996, lifelong friends get together and we decided that we were going to create something that would represent Italy's food culture, regional food culture, authenticity, and that's where Mastrantonio was born. And it was always based on family values, because it was based on our grandparents, my dad, my granddad, Paolo's granddad, and all the wonderful experiences that we had in Italy, and then we wanted to bring them here to South Africa. And the people that have joined us, Susan, Daniel, Kalanth, even Duduzi, Leslie, and Stan. I mean, to mention names is actually going to offend someone. But the point is that the family has grown. And so when people come to our restaurants or interact with our brand in whichever way, we just want them to experience life in a way that promotes the art of good living and living better. And that's what they can expect in whichever way, you know, in the way that they eat, the way that they're treated, all the contact points.
My name is Claudio and I'm an Italian chef. We're here in Pretoria at Fumo restaurant. I'm the chef that ran the kitchen at Fumo since 10 years. Italian citizen, grew up in Napoli. Yes, we have a strong culture for food, so all I'm trying to do here at Fumo is just to introduce my culture to the local people. When customers are at Fumo, what I'm trying to share with them, it's our culture from the south of Italy. It's the food in south of Italy is very simple, very genuine. We use easy ingredients, very fresh, and we try to make something that is memorable for people. Look, I grew up in a big family. One building, 5 flats. It was the whole family. So there was this big room that my grandfather built for us on Sunday to be together and share the Sunday meal. So the preparation for Sunday would start on Friday. So I was just running around and check my grandmother cooking, my mother, auntie, and yes, that is the passion where it comes from. an Italian role in life is to feed people a lot. So I always try to share what is original and authentic, but obviously it's not always easy because you need to make the customer happy at the end of the day. In the last 2 years, we also decided to introduce a bit of traditional African cuisine, which is also part of the Italian culture, like tripe, the pork trotter, those type of things that we also eat a lot. And yes, I managed to twist a bit the recipe between the African way and the Italian way, and it's become very popular. I know Gianni because this restaurant was Fumo Mastrantonio at the beginning, so we start this journey together. We know each other since 10 years, and we're always having fun when we do something together. We did a couple of events when it comes to the Italian cuisine. The idea it was to put a menu together that could represent Mastrantonio and Fumo. So we try to mix, in fact, the menu, it's a twist between the two of us. You can get a bit of flavor from Abruzzo, which is Gianni region, and a bit of flavor from Campania, which is my region. And each region has a way to manage and, you know, mix the ingredients.
My name is Alfredo Fiacchetti, owner of Alfie's restaurant, Alfie's Italian Cafe. We are in Pretoria on Hazelwood Road, 11 Hazelwood Road in Hazelwood. And Alfie's opened its doors in 2011, so we are approaching 10 years of business in Pretoria. And 5 years ago, we had the opportunity to open another shop, which is a pizzeria down the road, 50 meters away from us. Well, Italian authentic cuisine, that's our strong point. So when we opened, I came to South Africa with the intention of offering Italian authentic cuisine as much as I could. And we did succeeded in that. Alfie's is a small place, 40-45 seats, where everything is done by hand and in-house. So whatever we find at Alfie's is homemade, from the bread to the last dessert that we have on our menu, including the pastas, the gnocchi, everything is done by hand, literally by hand. When I say by hand, is handmade, not even machines. The menu for the night of the event, Pretoria and Gauteng has been asked to put a meat, so an earth menu, not a seafood menu. We have as a pasta a spaghetti alla chitarra, which is a homemade spaghetti, handmade spaghetti, that then we go and put it with Italian sausage, tomato, and yeah, that's the main dish, the pasta dish. The Italian sausage is also made by us, as we struggled in the beginning to find it in Pretoria, so we decided to do it ourselves. So as a secondi, we have a pork belly, which represents a bit of the top of the meat, the pork belly. There's fat, there's meat, there's the crust, so which is cooked in orange and lemon infusion. So it brings, yes, the Italian flavors, plus the combination of a sweet and sour sauce on top. So we re-elaborated the pork belly, basically. Dessert is our top, the chocolate flan. Chocolate flan or sfogliatina di pere. Sfogliatina di pere is a pastry, puff pastry with crema pasticcera, which is not custard cream, it's crema pasticcera, and pears on top, all garnished with dark chocolate sauce. And the chocolate flan is a immersion into dark chocolate. So it's a chocolate flan which is baked in the oven, but the heart of the flan remains soft. So when you cut the flan, you have all this melted chocolate coming out, and you have the two different densities in your mouth, where you have the crunchy crust outside plus the melted chocolate inside.
Hi, I'm Ciro Molinaro from La Cucina di Ciro in Parktown North. Originally trained through the Carlton Hotel in the 1970s, and then opened up a couple of my own restaurants before I arrived here at La Cucina di Ciro. Well, currently we're doing breakfast, lunch and dinner. We have two sections of the restaurant. One is the tea room in the back that serves breakfast, light lunches, and we have a more formal, not formal restaurant, but my cooking with fresh pastas, fresh foods, fresh ingredients, which the menu changes all the time. Currently, since COVID, we've reduced the menu quite dramatically in utilizing very fresh ingredients and changing literally 2-3 times a week the menu. My father was Neapolitan, and I grew up obviously in an Italian family, and we've always cooked Italian at home. So it's really something that I've been brought up with, and I trained classical French. So I've kind of incorporated a little bit of both classical French with my Italian background, using the pastas, making the raviolis, and using fresh ingredients. The menu that I put together was very classical, quite a classical Italian menu with using something similar to vitello tonnato, but not doing the vitello with the tuna, but using fresh ingredients and using a salsa verde, because I believe being summer it's going to be very, very hot. And then going into a radicchio salad, which is a little bit lighter, quite fresh, and obviously the lettuce is a little bit bitter. Then I decided to go for baby quail, stuffed baby quail, which I think is quite different, especially in Italian cooking where it's something a little bit different, and majority of people don't eat quail every single day. Stuffed with figs and nuts, roasted in the oven, and served with a couscous, but not the very fine couscous. It's more a larger couscous, the Jerusalem couscous, with assorted veg, and obviously a nice sauce to accompany that with it. And then for dessert, I thought of going for something quite fresh. So doing a soft meringue roulade with nuts, with pistachio, and filling it with mascarpone cream and fresh berries and strawberries. So it's a nice light dessert, and I thought maybe folding in with the mascarpone a granadilla curd, which gives it a nice zesty, lemony type flavor.
Hi, my name is Fortunato Mazzone. I'm the chef patron of a restaurant called Forti Grill and Bar. I've been 34 years in this business, and I am the 4th generation of my family to be in this business. My father was the very well-known Italian chef Giovanni Mazzone, who was the person who started the original chain of Giovanni's restaurants in South Africa. So pretty much, I think it's fair to say he's the person that popularized Italian food in South Africa. The food that we serve is very authentic. We try to concentrate on dishes that are the classics of the Italian kitchen. So you will find dishes on our menu that are quite amusingly for some of our Italian visitors who come from abroad. They always use the expression, "Tu fai la cucina della mia nonna." You make the kitchen of my grandmother. I come from Irpinia, so we come from the province of Avellino, so southern Italian, and proud of it. The food we serve is very much influenced by the area which we come from, and so it's a very mountain-orientated cuisine full of robust, rich flavor. And what I've tried to do with the meal that I'll be presenting at the special event is that I've tried to combine the classic flavors of Irpinia with the classic flavors of South Africa, because after all, we are here. And I've tried to combine beautiful, fantastic quality South African ingredients and present them to our diners in a way that's uniquely Italian. The starter is a classic carpaccio, but what we've done is we've done it with a twist. It's a carpaccio of smoked springbok. Springbok being, of course, the most famous culinary product of this country. We smoke the springbok buttock and we slice it paper thin, and we dress it with shavings of Reggiano cheese, mushroom and celery, the classic toppings, a white balsamic dressing, and then something very interesting. We add thinly sliced grilled strawberries. We grill them to give it almost like a compression of the juice, the flavor, and it gets a lovely sweet and sour kind of finish. For the main course, we've gone for filetto di cervo, so in other words, a classic fillet of venison. Here, my favorite venison is impala, and I've taken a beautiful impala fillet, and we're serving it grilled on a bed of beautiful poached shiitake mushroom, so to give this lovely earthy flavor. And then we're serving it Fiorentina style. Fiorentina meaning with a base of rosemary, garlic, and olive oil. And we serve that together, so it's a classic taste of a Fiorentina dish, but with a local ingredient. Dessert is very much from my region of Italy, and we are very famous for our beignet. Beignet being profiteroles, so a lovely profiterole made with choux pastry, stuffed with a fantastic creme pâtissière. So crema pasticcere, the beautiful classic Italian pastry cream, this time flavored with the famous liqueur of my region, which is called strega, which comes from Benevento. And we're serving that with a beautiful creme brulee, a pan bruciata, prepared with beautiful Sicilian pistacchio, which they come from Bronte, so the most famous of all the Italian pistacchio.
My name's Pino Di Benedetto. This is Miro March. We've been partners at Satabello for the past year, 18 months. We came about each other.
Not on each other.
At the Italian club. I used to be a customer here, and Miro was managing the place. And we decided that when the Italian club went up for tendering the restaurant business to privatize it, we'd have a go at it.
That's it. And here we are.
And here we are.
In love.
And here, yeah, in love. From my side, the passion for food is not about serving food that is like down to a molecular level, and I call it shishi poo poo food. For me, it's wholesome, what my grandmother used to cook. You know, it's like when I used to go at home on a Sunday and the house would be full of people. Nonna would bring out the pasta, you know. We've gone as far as making sure that our lasagna's got the little burnt pieces, because everybody wants the burnt piece on the lasagna. But if you go to some restaurants, they cut that off. And for us, that's wrong, you know. The authenticity. Also, authenticity is being used by everybody. Best authentic pizza. What is an authentic pizza? So, for instance, on our pizza, we've tried to be as true to the Neapolitan style of pizza. That's the road we've gone onto. So we made sure we brought the professor from the University of Naples of Pizza Bianca to come and teach the guys how to make as authentic a Neapolitan pizza can be.
A lot of the products are actually artisanally made for us. So as much as we don't have imported authentic buffalo mozzarella, but locally it's by Italians for us, and it's authentically made for us. So that's where
it's as close as
authenticity is actually as real as possible.
And going into the culinary week, we've tried to highlight the Italians in South Africa trying to make a really good quality Italian product. So the menu is based around the theme that was given to us by the organizers, which was La Cucina di Terra,
from the earth.
So products of the earth, and we've literally taken that into expressing how we would, based on our restaurant, have something earthly, you know. So for us it was all about sharing. So for me, an earthly project is about sharing. It's not about just getting a plate of food. It's about meat. It's about wholesome products coming from the earth. So be it the pasta, be it the meat, be it the breads, that type of stuff.
Yeah, and already our restaurant has a style or a way about people getting together and sharing, and socializing with a plate of pasta. Not each one individually, but they'll order a big plate of pasta and everyone shares. And same thing with meats, and the huge board of meats, and they slice it at the table. So it becomes like almost like not a sharing. What's the word I'm looking for?
Community-based food. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And
like
this is where we're going with that menu. So everyone's involved, not just everyone gets served and so on. One person or two people, or even someone who ever served the table, slices the meat on the board.
Correct.
And everyone just gets up and takes 2 or 3 pieces. Becomes very interactive.
Correct, interactive.
That's the word I was looking for. And that's where we're going.
My name is Alda. I'm the owner and the chef of Stel that we opened 12 years ago.
I'm Chantal Pirelli. I'm the daughter-in-law of Alda Pirelli, and I'm married to her son.
I decided to open the restaurant because I wanted to tell to people how good it was my food, because I was used to prepare a lot of lunch and dinner for my husband's business. Everybody was very happy, many compliments, your food is excellent. And okay, when the other people, they go to pension, me I start to work.
Well, I was asked to come to be part of the restaurant when we moved from Parkview to Sandhurst. I used to work in restaurants since I was 15 years old. It wasn't something that I was very excited to come back to because I know how hard it is, but I did, and I absolutely love it because this is our second home.
I'm from Torino, and the cuisine is more Piemontese, but I'm married with a Bolognese man, and Stelle menu. There are tortellini that my mother-in-law teach me. For the night of the event, we will have, for starter, vitello tonnato, that is the veal, sliced very, very thin, with a sauce of tuna, eggs, anchovies, and capers. Then we will have albese. Albese is
A beef carpaccio,
beef
but
carpaccio
Turin
with
style.
Celery and mushroom.
And parmesan.
And parmesan. Then we will have a trio of ravioli, one green with leeks and truffle. The second one will be chestnut and sausage, Italian sausage. And the third one with burrata and oregano. The second, or the main course, will be rabbit with oven potato, roast potato, and for people who doesn't want the rabbit, doesn't eat will be a pot roast veal, pot roast, cooked in limoncello sauce. And for finishing, the beignet, soup pastry filled with chocolate, with
Chantilly.
Chantilly and
Pistachio.
pistachio, yes.